Have you noticed how suddenly everyone seems to be talking about the new Weight Watchers Menopause Plan? It's in the news, on TikTok, in podcasts, even popping up in conversations at coffee shops. They're calling it the breakthrough solution for midlife women who feel stuck, bloated, and burned out. But here's the question I couldn't stop asking myself. Does it actually work? Or is it just another marketing wave dressed in empowerment language? Today, we're diving into the truth behind the Weight Watchers Menopause Plan, what's inside it, what science says about it, and what real women are actually experiencing. And by the end, you'll know whether this plan is the missing piece of your hormone puzzle or just another diet trap wearing a new name. When Weight Watchers first announced their new menopause plan, it was clear they were trying to rebrand. Gone was the old point system image of calorie counting and restriction. Instead, they started talking about wellness, balance, and hormone-friendly eating. Their CEO said something that caught my attention. This is not about dieting. It's about helping women thrive through hormonal changes. Beautiful words. But as every woman over 40 knows, talking about hormones and understanding hormones are two very different things. So what exactly is this plan supposed to do? According to Weight Watchers, it focuses on 4 areas: nutrition tailored for menopause, gentle movement, mindset and emotional well-being, and community support. Sounds good, right? A holistic approach. Finally, but let's look closer, because the details matter. Here's where things get interesting. The menopause plan claims to align with hormonal shifts, especially in estrogen, progesterone, and cortisol. Now, if you're a woman in perimenopause or menopause, you know how unpredictable those hormones can be. They rise, fall, and sometimes crash, all in the same week. Estrogen affects how your body stores fat. Progesterone influences mood and sleep. Cortisol, the stress hormone, decides whether your body holds onto belly fat or lets it go. Most diets ignore all of that. They treat your body like a math problem. Fewer calories equals weight loss. But during menopause, your metabolism doesn't follow that equation anymore. Your body is changing gears. So in theory, creating a nutrition plan that respects hormonal fluctuations is smart, but the truth depends on what they actually recommend. Inside the Weight Watchers Menopause Plan, members get a new set of 0-point foods, things you can eat freely without tracking. They include lean proteins, fiber-rich vegetables, fruits, and certain healthy fats. The twist: they also adjust your points if you're in perimenopause or postmenopause, claiming to help with slowed metabolism. They've added recipes with higher protein and more fiber, 2 things that actually are important for hormonal balance. They also talk about sleep quality, stress management, and gentle workouts like Pilates and walking. All of that sounds aligned with science so far. But here's where some experts raise eyebrows. Because while they mention hormones, there's still no personalization. They're not testing estrogen, cortisol, or thyroid levels. They're using one plan to fit millions of unique women with vastly different hormonal profiles. That's like giving the same prescription to everyone who walks into a pharmacy. It's not dangerous, but it's definitely not precise. So yes, Weight Watchers got the language right, but did they really get the biology right? Let's look at what research tells us about menopause, weight, and metabolism. When estrogen drops, fat distribution changes. You might have noticed it. That midsection weight that wasn't there before. It's not your imagination. It's a biological shift. A reduction in estradiol post-menopause contributes to increased food intake and fat mass, as shown in a 2022 review titled "The Importance of Estradiol for Body Weight Regulation in Women," published in Frontiers in Endocrinology. Estrogen helps keep insulin sensitivity strong. When it drops, insulin resistance increases, and your body stores fat more easily. At the same time, muscle mass declines, meaning your body burns fewer calories even at rest. So yes, menopause makes weight loss harder, but that doesn't mean it's impossible. It just means you have to work with your hormones instead of against them. Protein intake, strength training, good sleep, and stress regulation become your new best friends, those are the pillars of true midlife weight balance. Weight Watchers touches on some of this, but they still rely heavily on calorie-based points, not hormonal tracking. And that's the gap. That's the missing piece. In another study, Losing Weight After Menopause, with Minimal Aerobic Training and Dietary Intervention, from 2020, researchers found that dietary quality had a significant effect on fat mass reduction in postmenopausal women. Because your hormones don't count calories, they count stress, sleep, and self-compassion. So what happens when real women try it? Let's look at some experiences shared across forums and social media. Many women say they appreciate that Weight Watchers is finally acknowledging menopause. They love that it feels less judgmental and more flexible. One woman wrote, "For the first time I felt seen. They actually mentioned hormones and emotions." But others say the results didn't match the hype. It's still counting points. I still feel guilty when I go over. Some report losing a few pounds in the first weeks, but then hitting the same wall they always hit. Why? Because if the root cause is cortisol, not calories, you can't out-diet your stress response. Your body needs recovery as much as discipline. It needs nourishment, not punishment. Because your body isn't your enemy, it's your messenger, and it's been speaking to you all along. Here's a truth no app or algorithm can capture. Midlife weight isn't just physical, it's emotional. It's the weight of expectation, of caring for others, of pushing through exhaustion, of feeling invisible in a culture obsessed with youth. So when Weight Watchers says, mindset matters, they're right. But real mindset change doesn't happen in an app. It happens when you rebuild trust with your body. When you stop punishing it for protecting you. When you start listening instead of controlling. That's the real transformation. And it starts with awareness, not willpower. Because your body doesn't need another battle, it needs balance. So if Weight Watchers isn't the whole answer, what is? Here's what the science, and my own experience, suggest instead. Prioritize protein, at least 1 to 1.2 grams per kilogram of body weight per day. It stabilizes blood sugar, keeps you full, and maintains lean muscle. Train your muscles. Strength training 2 to 3 times a week rewires metabolism more than any cardio ever could. Respect recovery, poor sleep drives up cortisol, and cortisol blocks fat loss. So rest isn't a luxury, it's therapy. Mindful movement, practices like Pilates, yoga, or Tai Chi restore balance to the nervous system, the true control center of your hormones. Eat real, whole foods, not because they're low in points, but because they feed your mitochondria, the engines of energy. Weight Watchers nods to some of these, but they still package it in a diet frame. And that's why many women feel progress at first, then fatigue later. It's not because they failed, it's because the plan wasn't built to heal hormones, it was built to manage habits. And when you're in midlife, habits alone aren't enough. You need healing. Let's be honest, Weight Watchers is a billion-dollar brand trying to stay relevant. For years, they've lost ground to wellness influencers, holistic coaches, and hormone specialists. So when they launched the Menopause Plan, it wasn't just about science, it was about survival. They needed a narrative that resonated with women over 40 and what resonates more than the word menopause right now. That's not cynicism, it's marketing reality. But here's the upside. Even if their motives are commercial, they've opened a global conversation about menopause and weight. And that conversation matters because every time a woman says, "I think it's my hormones, not my willpower," she takes back a piece of her power. So, does the Weight Watchers Menopause Plan actually work? Here's my honest answer. Yes, it can help some women lose weight, especially those who need structure and community. But no, it doesn't fix hormonal imbalance because it doesn't address the biochemical root causes. If you treat it as a tool, not a solution, you'll get value from it. Use their recipes, track your meals, but pair it with deeper awareness, like understanding your cortisol rhythms, supporting your thyroid, and finding joy in movement. because no diet in the world can replace the relationship you have with your own body. The real secret isn't in the plan, it's in the way you live inside it. Here's what I recommend instead: your own version of the midlife balance blueprint. It's not about counting, it's about connecting. Start your morning without rushing. Slow your cortisol rise. Eat breakfast with protein, eggs, tofu, or a smoothie with collagen and greens. Move for joy, not for punishment. Dance, stretch, walk, breathe. Track your energy, not your calories. Notice when you feel alive versus when you feel drained. End your day with calm, a warm shower, deep breathing, gratitude. Do that for 21 days, and you'll notice what no scale can measure: your inner stability returning. Weight Watchers is trying to evolve, and that's a good thing. But you don't need a membership to honor your hormones. You need awareness, nourishment, movement, and rest. That's the true 4-step plan. And when you give your body what it's been asking for, not punishment but presence, it rewards you with balance. Not just physical balance, but emotional peace. A quiet confidence that says, I'm no longer fighting myself. So here's my truth. The Weight Watchers Menopause Plan isn't bad, it's just incomplete. The real magic happens when you combine structured guidance with intuitive listening. When you stop chasing weight and start chasing wellness. When you stop fearing change and start flowing with it. Because menopause isn't an ending, it's a second beginning, a new rhythm, a softer kind of strength. And the best plan of all is the one your body already knows. You just have to listen. If this video resonated with you, click like and share it with another woman who's been searching for clarity. Subscribe to the Midlife Balance Institute for more honest conversations about hormones, health, and healing. Together, we're rewriting the menopause story, from confusion to confidence, from fatigue to freedom, from surviving to thriving. Because balance isn't found in a plan, it's created one mindful choice at a time.